We are less than a month away from Pope Leo XIV's first ever digital visit with American youth, marking the first time in history a pope will directly engage with U.S. youth in a live digital encounter. It will take place at the annual National Catholic Youth Conference, where teens from across the country gather to encounter Christ. The conference, organized by the National Federation for Catholic Youth Ministry, will draw nearly 15,000 young people for talks, fellowship, mass, and Eucharistic adoration. This year's gathering will take place in Indianapolis at Lucas Oil Stadium, the same location as the National Eucharistic Congress last year. Pope Leo XIV will virtually join the teens for a live Q&A discussion, the first of his pontificate. The conference's leadership says the digital encounter shows the Holy Father's willingness to journey with young people.
But I think by him joining virtually, he's also communicating that I'm going to meet you where you're at. This is a platform where I know you're already there, so let's continue the conversation even beyond the one-time experience.
And to have the Holy Father, the Vicar of Christ, take the time to be with them and to walk with them in that moment is an expression of his solidarity and is an expression of his love, which I think these young people will never, ever forget.
Ahead of this historic event for both the U.S. Church and for young people, I sat down recently with Pope Leo's own representative here in the U.S., Cardinal Christophe Pierre, the Apostolic Nuncio to the United States. His Eminence shared more insight and behind the scenes for how this upcoming digital encounter came to be. Cardinal Christophe Pierre, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us.
Very happy to be with you.
Your Eminence, this encounter is being described as the first digital visit with the youth of America with the Holy Father. Do you have any insight as to why he desired to do this?
I think the Pope wants to address the young people. And you know, the digital way of communicating is the way that the young are communicating. So I think as a church, we should not be afraid of using this even if we are not necessarily professional in that, but at least the Pope is very happy. He wants to have an encounter with the young people.
And I understand it was Pope Leo himself who wanted this to be more of a dialogue event with young people.
Yes, exactly.
Why was that important to him?
Well, I think the only way of, especially with the young people, is that's also personally my own experience. I think we need really to help people to ask questions instead of giving straightforward answers. I think the process of education, especially today, is to help people to mature questions, and the only way to do that is through dialogue. And imagine the Holy Father will have a dialogue with 15,000 young men and women, from 16 or 14 to 18, but millions. Through them, millions all over the world. But I am convinced that, and this is my personal experience, that today we have a tendency to give straightforward answers, but we don't help the people to raise questions to themselves, and so we go too fast. And I think the Holy Father wants to be there with them to accompany them.
What does it reveal that Pope Leo XIV is prioritizing this digital encounter with youth so early in his pontificate?
Well, I think he should not waste time. And I think actually he has been doing a lot, over the last few weeks and even months now, since he has been elected. And I would say his work is precisely to communicate. And communicate at all levels. But I am very happy that he has chosen actually the United States, to have this kind of first, global encounter using such a method, So it's like a try, we will try. We will see if it works or not. Yes. I hope it will.
And readjust throughout the rest of his pontificate. Does a digital encounter with the U.S. mean that a physical papal visit will now be delayed? Many people, many American Catholics are excited to see their first U.S.-born Pope here in the U.S. and are wondering if he'll be here for the 250th anniversary of our country.
This I cannot answer. Of course, you know, we all, I am sure that the Pope desires, you know, to have an encounter with the Americans, and he being himself an American. But you know, it's too early to say that. I am French, and I know that already that a lot of people are speaking about the possibility for the Pope to go to France. So you know, all over the place it will be like that.
Right. Many people are waiting for that. Cardinal Christophe Pierre, thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you.
Pope Leo's digital encounter with young people at the National Catholic Youth Conference will be on Friday, November 21st at 10:15 a.m. Eastern. The Q&A with our Holy Father will exclusively be broadcast and live streamed on EWTN. And be sure to stay tuned to EWTN for extended coverage of the conference from November 20th through 22nd.